So coming up, Tuesday the 27th, we have at 3:30 a.m. British summertime, it's the full moon in Scorpio. And this is when the sun is in Taurus and the moon is in Scorpio. This is about a fixed sign full moon. So there's a lot about resistance, possibly stubbornness, absolute determination, and very difficulties in making changes. But this is a full moon that's really about self-sufficiency, whilst also working out how to share material resources. So how can you develop your resources, as in earn a living, whilst also helping significant other people develop their resources? There's a certain way that you've always done things, the tried and tested, what's familiar. But something new comes along now, because this full moon is square to Saturn, and it's the Saturn square Uranus. So the sun is conjuncting Uranus with the moon opposition. So deeply involved in this full moon are Saturn and Uranus. Saturn says, do it the same old way. Uranus says, break away, do something different, awaken yourselves, do something revolutionary even, find something different, something exciting. So the situation is that you get something that suggests strong innovation or reform. And how can you integrate that into the old structure, which is Saturn? So is there a slow development process that can bring about the transformative changes that need to occur? So we've got to essentially overcome any fears about embarking on anything new. We've got to preserve and sustain what is already known to a certain extent, but there's a new social order emerging, and that's the exciting thing about this whole year. So, and this full moon brings something to light. So it'll become obvious what is required to make progress. Now, that leads on to late in Tuesday, the 27th of April, Pluto, the planet of power, is stationing retrograde. That is to say, it is appearing to slow down and go in reverse. It will be going its apparent reverse phase, will last until the 7th of October. So we've now got several months ahead of us where Pluto is going retrograde. So this is time to review the things that do in your life with power and control. The issues that you might have with that. So there is with Pluto, because it's in Capricorn, there's a sense of the overall fulfillment of duty and obligations, the hierarchy of life, the governance and control of things, law and order, and it's about saying that, okay, our destinies have been changed, particularly in 2020, what that irrevocable transformation. So what's next? What direction can we take that in? Now's the time to review that. Is there too much control? Where does things need to be changed? How can we adjust to the changes and maybe prevent the changes, by letting go of stuff? Pluto is there to say, eliminate this, eliminate that, So there might be people who are experiencing a form of obsession about staying self-controlled and disciplined, whilst enduring intensive subjectivity about what they're doing in their lives, about their own ambitions and their own achievements, which is a very Capricorn theme. So you've now got a few months to reflect on these themes. You can decide for yourself about what power and control issues need to be changed. Have you got very emotionally entangled in something? Can you extract yourself from that? Something old will be eliminated, and in the process of the elimination, there will be a rebirth or a rejuvenation or a regeneration. So as something old goes, something new comes in, and that's Pluto. So that brings us to Thursday, the 29th of April, when we have Mercury going into sextile with Neptune, so Mercury in Taurus, going into sextile in Neptune in Pisces, and Venus makes a semi-square to Mars. So now's the time to listen to the visionary with the imagination, in whose dreams a solid idea can be harnessed. This is what Mercury in Taurus is about. It likes a good solid idea that can be harnessed. When it lines with Mercury, there's something imaginary, something dreamy, something fantastical that can also be envisioned and listened to. So everything starts with imagination and thinking. All the best inventions in the world, everything starts with what goes on in the mind.